Okay, so I think I have an idea of what's going on. And for those of you who are worried about everything that I've been finding, please don't worry. I'm autistic. And remember, we're in the eye of the storm through all this. We're the only party playing by the rules. So keep that in mind. And I'm excited to hold through all this chaos because shit's getting real. ETFs and swaps. So last time we looked at the ProShares ETFs with AMC GameStop related. And I found a couple with the swap setup. So I ended up finding out that every single ProShare leveraged ETF has AMC and a swap setup with all the big banks. Societe Generale, UBS, Bank of America, Morgan Stanley, Citibank, and then this one here, Russell 2000, all the way down here. So this is the first one I found though. This is a GME specific, and it's SAA, and we actually have GME listed as one of the holdings right here. So this is the first one and the only one with GameStop in it, right? That's on the top 10 anyway. Then we look at the UWM. We have Russell 2000, right? With AMC at the bottom of this one. Now, we have 304K market value in GameStop. We have 3.5 million market value in AMC. Now we look at RALS. RALS has the FTSE on it. That's Frankfurt. And Societe Generale, Goldman Sachs, Societe Generale. Okay, so that's that. Now we have HDG, which has AMC on it at the bottom. Now, this one though, look at this. Euro E-mini, S&P 500, Russell 2000, MSCI Emerging Markets Index. All swaps, by the way. All the same banks. MSCI Emerging Markets, S&P 500, Credit Suisse, MSCI, all these different indexes. And then look here at the bottom. Treasury bill. Market value, 29 billion. Shares, 29.6 million. Maturity date, 9/30/2021. Interesting stuff. Now remember the BlackRock FEDFUND? This is where it gets crazy. Remember the BlackRock FEDFUND that we saw? If you look on Fintel, it shows up. But if you look on their own websites, on ProShares website, you don't see any indication of the FEDFUND. Well, once I looked into this FEDFUND, look at their top 10 holdings. Oh, I'm sorry, this is not their top 10. This is all of their holdings that the final maturity date was either the 8th of July or the 9th of July. Look like the same people that were in those swaps before. Barclays, Morgan Stanley, Nomura, BNP, Goldman Sachs, Citigroup, Global Markets. And what do you notice about these yields and these coupons? Same as the reverse repo, right? Did I just find the other end of the repo transactions? Take a look at this. We're not done yet. So this is BlackRock's FEDFUND. I'll link everything down below, of course. Look at their historical NAV, 1.0003. That's January. 1.0002 as of March. Now we're at 1.0001. Crazy. Anyways, so once we go down and look at these holdings, I have them all alphabetized. Now there's 26 or more pages of these, right? So this is page 1. This is page 2. Look at these money, this amount of money. Look, oh, by the way, Bank of America, Deutsche Bank, Societe Generale. Now let me remind you. Remember this with the ones with AMC? How AMC is index swaps with the same people, and then we have GameStop with index swaps with the same people. UBS, Societe Generale, Bank of America, Morgan Stanley, and Citibank. The same people. What's going on here? You know what I think? Based on these final maturity dates, 9th of July, that was Friday. Look at all these. I think I just found our reverse repurchase counterparties. It's all of the ones that expire, and it's tri-party, by the way. And if you go to the Fed's website, tri-party repo, look at this. June 9th, 1,627. And that's measured in billions, by the way. So, yeah, basically what this means is every ETF that's leveraged with AMC and GameStop in it also has enormous amounts of swaps on it, as well as the Fed fund having a top 10 position. And the Fed fund itself holds all of these tri-party, Federal Farm Credit Banks, Prudent Insurance Company of America, all of these treasuries. And a lot of them. Let me know what y'all think about this. I mean, I think this is the other end of it, based on the ETFs and the expiration date coming up, or that's already passed. So I think we could have an interesting Monday based off this, considering the lawsuit. So the lawsuit matches the ETFs top 10 holdings of all the banks, and then you look at the Fed fund within those ETFs, and the Fed fund's top 10 holdings include those same parties. So basically we have the banks. Let me just do this real quick, and then I know this video is longer than normal, but let me see if I can map this out. So we have the banks with the swaps. These will be the swaps. And the swaps are inside of the ETFs. And then the ETFs are all issued, or the ETFs with this setup are issued by BlackRock, who also has a swap with the same banks. Are they, is this the transfer right here? Is this the transfer happening? So the banks buy the swaps for the ETFs, and then the ETFs are also purchased by the Fed fund, which has the other end of the swaps. What's going on? Does anyone know? Please let me know. This is crazy. Someone out there I know has got to get what I'm saying here. I'm sorry if you didn't understand, but the fact that ProShares is issued by BlackRock, we see GameStop here in the top 10, AMC in this one, not that one, AMC in this one. I mean, and then we have one without either that's completely different indexes altogether in Europe, and these are down. Wait, hold on a minute. Okay, never mind. That's volume. I was thinking, because didn't we get 5 million volume taken away from it or added on randomly for when GameStop was transitioning? I don't know. Either way, the way this works, ProShares owns all of the ETFs that have these crazy, ridiculous swap setups. All of them. Then we have BlackRock, who also is a part of all of these ETFs, however not shown on the ProShares website. Only through Fintel did I discover that. And then once you go to the BlackRock Fed Fund and see their holdings, they all have the same stuff. It's all one-sided is the banks, the other side is BlackRock and the Fed. Like I said, banks versus BlackRock and the Fed, right? It's got to be. Everything lines up. It's all the same parties. This is one side of the transaction. This is the other side of the transaction, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm just rambling at this point. Hope someone makes sense of this. Talk to y'all later.